lovely friends of mine. How are you all doing? I just wanted to make another quick episode and catch you guys up on what I've been doing. So if you've been following my series of episodes this year, I've been following up on the keto diet that I started on January 8th. Was my first day on keto, and I've been wanting to update everyone on how that's been and how that's going, but just a few things. So I'm sweaty because I just rehearsed for a show I have coming up, so I apologize for that, but it's easier to do these when I'm already in my studio. So yes, I do have a show coming up, produced by my lovely friend Shari. It's on March 11th, that's a Sunday. March 11th between 2 and 5. It's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I will share a flyer so you guys can see more information about that. So yeah, that will be exciting. So that's March 11th between 2 and 5. Beautiful show, wonderful lineup, New York's finest dancers. So yeah, so that's what I was rehearsing for. So the keto thing, well, wait, before I go there, I have to explain this. So it's very rare when you'll see me without makeup. Not that I wear a lot or tons of makeup, but I gave up makeup for Lent. So Lent started on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And as vain and as silly as it may sound, I decided to give up makeup because, as you guys know, if you've been following my videos, I am on this journey of self-love. And I've come to realize that I do kind of rely on makeup to make me feel more beautiful, more attractive. And honestly, I don't want to feel like I need that. I want to love myself in the skin I'm in. That's my main goal for this year. So I figured, let me give up something that to me is honestly a little difficult. For Lent, I always want to make sure that whatever I give up is a challenge. And it actually has been pretty hard to go out every day, nothing on my face, and just, you know, be me. So I figured it was a perfect challenge to go with the whole journey of self-love that I'm on. So that's why I look a little crazy. But it's okay, guys. This is me, and I'm learning to love every bit of myself. So yeah, so that's why this is happening. Other than that, so back to the keto diet. So I am starting week 8 tomorrow, which is unbelievable. So I have lost 17 pounds total. I was hoping for more, but to be honest, I know that I've always been so caught up on the number on the scale, and I'm learning to not be like that because I want to do this the right way. I want to be healthy about it. And to me, I feel like it's healthier when it's a gradual loss and not too extreme and not like 50 pounds in like a month, you know. I mean, that's amazing if you could do that, if you're doing it the healthy way. So yeah, 17 pounds down, even though I kind of hit a plateau in terms of weight loss right now. Inches are still coming off, but as I said, even if the weight is not coming off per se on the scale and I we just never got along. What matters to me is how I feel, and the inches are coming off and my clothes are fitting better, and I just feel better about myself. So I'm learning how to really listen to my body. So I'm going to continue doing keto as long as it feels right to me. And when I'm ready to end, then I'll just cycle out and I'll try to do that in the healthiest way possible. So stay tuned for more on that. But as of now, it's going great and I'm loving it. I find like it's the easiest thing to stick to for me. Compared to everything else that I've tried. Questions about that, you can always email me at omyrasjourney @gmail.com, and I am happy to answer any questions about the diets that I've tried, keto itself, or give you guys any advice. As always, I always mention I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health coach. I can only give you advice based on my own experience and what has worked for me. So that's pretty much it on that. So in honor of Valentine's Day, which passed not too long ago, I just wanted to do an episode on love. And we all know that love comes in many different forms. And a lot of people that I know, they actually don't like to celebrate Valentine's Day for many reasons. And I can see that, I can understand their perspective on it. But a lot of people will feel or do feel that if they're single, they don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day because they feel bitter about love or whatever. Other people feel like it's a commercialized holiday and it's just ways for companies to make money. And hey, whatever your take on it is fine. I love Valentine's Day because even though I feel like love needs to be shown every single day and we shouldn't take it for granted, I think it's nice to have one day where you go a little extra. And, you know, if anything, it's a reason to go out and eat, right? So I love the holiday. I just love, period. So I wanted to base my episode on different ways to love yourself. So I always tell those people that don't want to celebrate because they're single that love does not just have to be in a relationship. I take your mom out, take your son, your daughter out, take your sister out, go out with your dog. Who cares? Love is love and love is beautiful. And I feel like you can just share whatever love is in your life. But based on the journey that I'm on this year specifically, it would only make sense to talk about self-love because that is what I am trying to accomplish, and what I encourage everyone to try to accomplish is to really love themselves more. So I put together a few things that I feel would help you show love and just learn to love yourself more. These are things that I've been trying to do every day, but obviously every day is different. So just kind of my tips, right? So the first one is do one thing a day that you're passionate about. So for me, that's my dancing, my belly dancing. So whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, I have been trying to belly dance every day. So whatever your passion is, whether that's writing or drawing or singing, whatever it is, I encourage you to take 5 minutes every day to do that, and do that for you because you deserve it. The second one is to take time for you. So that goes hand in hand. We get so caught up in work and family and friends and our relationships that we really don't take time for ourselves. So whether it's once a week or every other day, you need you time. So take a longer shower, go get your nails done, go get your hair done, go for a long walk where it's just you and your thoughts and your feelings, and you know, meditate or whatever it is. Take that time just to dedicate to yourself. Show yourself that much. We give and we give and we give to everyone that we love, and we just forget to give back to ourselves, and that's really important. So definitely take time for yourself. And if it's not every day, then at least try to do it at least once a week, I would say. The next thing I put is, the hardest for me is to tell yourself that you love yourself every single day. So in one of my past episodes, I had said that I had this moment, really emotional moment, where I, for the first time, felt like I told myself I loved myself and really meant it. I was thinking of me as my younger self, and I was telling that younger self how proud I was of her and the things that she's been able to overcome and accomplish. And I was bawling. I was crying so much. And it was such a crazy, weird, beautiful experience. I don't know what triggered it, to be honest. I was laying in bed and it just happened. And I realized that even though in the past I had said, yeah, I love myself now, you know, before I didn't, but I would say I love myself, but I don't think I really meant it. I don't think I really felt it as much as I did in that particular moment. So even if right now it's just words to you, just tell yourself that you love yourself, and make it a habit and do it all the time. You know, and then do these other little things to help you believe that, because telling yourself you love yourself is the best medicine I think you can give yourself. So whether that's an affirmation that you say in the mirror, whether you're doing it when you're laying down like I did, I was like hugging myself, it was cheesy, but it was really nice, and it was such a release, and I felt amazing after that. I actually had the best day ever after. It was just amazing. So yeah, definitely tell yourself that you love yourself. Remind yourself of that, you know, at least once a day if you can. The next one is feed and fuel your body properly. So I'm not saying go on a diet. I'm not saying eat salad every day for the rest of your life. Whatever you feel is nutritious, and don't tell me, yeah, a bag of chips every day, that's so nutritious. There's good chips out there. So I'm not judging, guys. I'm not judging. I'm just saying we all know what is good for our bodies. Fruits, vegetables. If you hate those things, I get it. I did too at one point. But we know what's good for our bodies. So fuel yourself. Try to have a little bit more vegetables every day. Whether a half a cup of vegetables is one serving, that's enough to start. So I would say things that you know are nutritious for you, start incorporating that into your daily diet. because that's, our body's our temple, and we love ourselves, and we're trying to love ourselves more. So we need to take care of ourselves. So that and a multivitamin a day. People don't realize how many vitamins they may be deficient in. I didn't know I was deficient in anything until I went to the doctor, had some blood work done, and I was deficient in B12 and vitamin D. Who knew? I didn't know. And I started taking multivitamins, and it definitely made a difference in my overall mood and health and everything. So feed your body properly, and take care of it. Take care of your body. The fifth thing I put down is stop judging yourself. This is really, really big for me, because I'm one that I will really, really tear myself down for stuff that, we're all human. So there's times that we don't perform to the best of our ability, or whatever the case is, whether it's at work or in your family life. Let things go. Don't judge yourself so harshly. The important thing is that you try to be the best version of yourself, and realize that failure doesn't mean that you failed. Failure to me is if you never try at all. So if you're trying to better yourself, and whatever that means to you, whether it's bettering your health, bettering your relationships, bettering your attitude towards life, whatever it is, as long as you're trying, that's amazing, and be proud of that. Don't judge yourself. Don't be negative about yourself. I used to always have the worst self-talk. It was horrible. I would literally look in the mirror and call myself fat, and tell myself I was ugly and unattractive, and I didn't deserve to be happy. Horrible, horrible, horrible things. Things that I would never say to anyone else. So why in the world would I say that to myself? It was really crazy when I thought back on it, how awful I was to myself. And no one deserves that, especially if you're telling yourself these things. That's really, really damaging, and you want to try to fix that. So whenever a negative thought comes in your mind, you have to learn how to realize it right in the moment, because sometimes it's so natural, you don't even realize that you're talking to yourself this way. So learn to be aware of it, and stop it in its tracks, and just, in that very moment, go back to the second thing I said and say, no, that's not true. I love myself, and I'm gonna do better tomorrow. We really have to learn how to shift and talk differently about ourselves. And the last thing I put is forgive yourself. So when you do have these slip-ups, when you do fall off track, whatever it is, learn to forgive yourself and move on. Holding on to being upset at yourself is just going to continue a vicious cycle. So you messed up, it happens, move on, do better, and forgive yourself and really let that go. Try not to hold on to that resentment or that feeling of failure. Just move on and tell yourself you love yourself and that it's okay. So those are my tips for loving yourself a little bit more in light of our recent Valentine's Day, which I hope everybody enjoyed, whether you celebrate or not. I just hope you had a fabulous day. And my closing quote is a very popular one that I'm sure many, many, many of you have already heard. And it's, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all," by Alfred Lord Tennyson. It's one of my favorites. I think that a lot of people are afraid to love because of past hurt. And that's just, I understand it. I've been there, but don't block out new love just because of other hurtful things that may have happened to you. You could be missing out on something amazing and beautiful. So just remind yourself of that. Even if it's something that didn't go the way you wanted it to in the moment before it was lost, it was something that was beautiful, while it lasted. So I really do feel that even everything that, and this isn't just relationships, friendships, family members, anything, it's better to have loved someone than to never have experienced that love at all. So my advice, my words of wisdom, well, not mine, they were really Alfred Tennyson's. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. I hope you love yourself a little more after watching this video, or that you decided that you want to try to. And I will see you next time with more updates and more advice on life and just updates on me. Love you guys. Bye.